and we'll get started. So thanks for joining, guys. This is week 5. Believe it or not, we're getting really to the end of the bulk of the training. I'm trying to teach you guys really, just the bulk of like the stuff that I need, that I think you guys need to know, and that I use, to find alerts. And we may have some more classes that go a little bit deeper into that, but this is really the last of like the basics or the fundamentals. So again, welcome, guys. Just keep yourself on mute. If you have any questions, type them up in the chat. With that, let's just roll into it. So just a quick review. Candlesticks, in case nobody knows, you're kind of lost as to what a candlestick is. You have your wick, you have your shadow, you have your body. And the way I like to describe it is like a tug of war almost between the bulls and the bears, the buyers and the sellers. It's really that simple. I go more into that in my first video, so if you still understand it, go back and watch that. But we left off on a pattern-wise on dojis. So these are the simple ones. You have and by the way, guys, I screenshot some real-world examples as well. And put them in at the end. I was working really up to the last minute here to kind of get something a little interesting, in real world type for you guys at the end. So, try and pick up what I'm saying so you can maybe, answer the questions at the end. So you have your gravestone doji. Sorry, this isn't really the clearest thing, but your gravestone doji, you have your high price up here. So, the price, this is your high here. Then you have your low price back here at the other end of the wick. And then you have your open and close price here. So what does that tell you, right? Who's winning this? Does anybody want to give a guess? No. Okay. What about? All right, this is easy. Who's winning this one? No.
On the gravestone, the Bears are winning. On the middle one, it's even.
Yeah, it's like I said, guys, think of it like a tug of war, right? So this would be indecisive. You have your long, I just call it a regular doji. This is it's indecisive. You're right in the middle. They're pulling back and forth, and nobody's winning. You just ended up kind of in the middle. And then, like he said, with the gravestone, just in the name, gravestone. Obviously that's probably not a good thing, right? Bearish. There's your little giveaway. And then you have your Dragonfly doji. Who would be winning this one? Obviously the bulls, right? It's the opposite. So you have your tug of war going on, and they're pulling that that body all the way up to the high price. So bullish, bearish, and indecisive. And it does matter. I'll show you a little bit further down. Like, obviously, it matters where these are. So really, I'll get into that. Just remember that. I'm going to jump over Doji Morningstar so I can just go explain what I'm talking about right there. So here's your Dragonfly doji, right? So it's at the end of a bearish, as you can see, you're coming down here, it's a downtrend here. And here you have your Dragonfly doji, which is what, a bullish pattern, right? Or bullish indication. And then the price goes up. Up we go, a little uptrend going. And then we have our friend Gravestone doji. Gravestone, right? Dead, gravestone, dead, bear, you know, bad. It's the best way I can think of it or remember it. Another thing, guys, I have this included at the end of the first one. I have this print. I have like a few printouts of this, but it's just a cheat sheet until you can kind of like get the hang of like what everything is. And that's at the end of the first one. And you know what, I'll probably add it on to this one as well. So it's just a little cheat sheet. And there are tons of pattern, tons of patterns out there. I don't know all the names of them, but you'll recognize that you'll recognize like them playing out. Like you may not know the name, but you'll see, oh shit, this is this is a bearish pattern. This is after you look at charts for a while. And that's why I say, even if you don't know how to read charts, just go look at them, especially after like going through my series of videos. You should be able to go in, start looking at charts, start drawing lines, support and resistance. If you guys want, you can screenshot and message it to me. Hey, can I get some feedback on this? Am I doing this right? I answer questions literally all day, guys. I'm here for you guys. So, I really want you guys to pick up on this stuff. So, so just jumping back up, because I have this a little bit out of order. So another doji is your morning star, and basically that's a long-legged doji. But look at where it's at. It's at the end of a downtrend. So, you're downtrending, you've got your big old red candles, and all of a sudden you see this, obviously we would like what? We would like it to be a Dragonfly doji. We would like to see this right here. Well, that's not really, it kind of is. And just also remember, guys, this stuff in the out in the real world, it's never going to be perfect. Well, sometimes, but it's rarely going to be perfect. So but I'll show you some examples, and you'll see, oh, okay, the pattern, even though it might not be a perfect Dragonfly doji, or the pattern will look the same, and you'll see the downtrend, and you'll see this, and then you'll see the next candle going higher, and that'll kind of be your indication there. So just kind of reminder, it's not always going to be perfect. So that's your morning star doji. And there's another name for that too. I forget the name of it, but so moving on. Okay, so this kind of shows it playing out. So here's your Dragonfly, that plays out. You're kind of going sideways here. We're not really in a downtrend. We're not really in an uptrend, but we are sideways. But that still tells you the same thing, right? That still tells you, hey, the bulls are winning this, this battle. And then I talk about confirmation candles all the time. And this is what I'm talking about. You really, it's kind of like a story that you put everything together with. So great, you got your Dragonfly doji. Okay, awesome. Do you want to just go ahead and jump in calls then? No. You want some more confirmation. You want and really want to see this on, with my newer method. I'm using multiple charts, 1 minute, 5 minute, 3-minute, and other charts that as kind of like sweeteners, as verification, confirmation to kind of increase the odds. If you're seeing this stuff on 2 charts, uptrends, you're seeing decent RSI on both charts, just think of it as like you're just stacking on the probability. The odds of you being right are just going up and up and up and up. And that's why I'm at like 93% accuracy since I started doing this, and what do you sacrifice for that? Well, you don't jump in as many plays. Like today, I didn't alert anything, but then I had those puts that had 4 out of my 5 indicators, and I kind of saw, hey, maybe we're not going to get all 5 today, and I wanted to give you guys something that had like a good chance, and it did. They played out. So just to kind of go over that again, in case you guys aren't aware, that's kind of how we're going to do the alerts for now. I'm trying to think of a better system because stuff may get lost in the chat, but it's almost like, like a level of alerts. Like those are like the best alerts, the ones that we actually alert in the alert channel. And then the other ones are like B-list alerts, you know what I mean? Which are still like pretty damn good. So I feel like I'm holding back from you guys when like I only get like 3 or 4 out of like my confirmation, and like, then it runs 100%. And you're like, okay, well, so I'm trying to figure that out. I'd love your guys' feedback about that as well. Because this is our community at the end of the day. We want to do, what we want, what's best for us as a community. What
Can
gets
I
us
give
the
you a
best success.
suggestion?
Yeah.
So as I told you, I was in a different group, and you can
Mhm.
have a page with just alerts, and it keeps it very simple because I scroll up and down and trying to figure out, and you have different
I
level of
do.
alerts.
That's what I'm trying to say. We have an alert page, but I didn't alert anything today because nothing hit all 5 of my lights were not on. I only had
Okay.
4 of the lights on. So,
All right.
but then,
Being that it's my
4 out of,
second day, it's I didn't know that.
oh no, you're fine. That's why I had another person ask too. They were like, oh, there weren't any alerts today. And I was like, well, nothing checked all the boxes, but I alerted something in the chats. I alerted those stuff in the chats, and I think there's probably something better we can do. And we'll figure it out. I'll sleep on it and try and figure something out better. But I've been in other Discords as well, and they have like 2 alert channels, basically. Not 2 alert channels, but they have like a trading ideas section where they'll like post their like ideas, and then they have like the regular alerts section as well. So maybe we'll do something like that to kind of like clear it out of all the chats, because and then you guys know, like, I mean, maybe we could even say, hey, these are trading ideas, and then we have our alerts. And if you want the accuracy, if you want to be right 9 out of 10 times, then buy an alert. If you're looking to get in a play and maybe looking for something that has a good chance of success, but maybe doesn't meet every single criteria for an alert, then we have this second channel. You know what I mean? So and I hate just making channels for no reason, but I don't know, this sounds like a pretty damn good reason to me. So maybe we'll do something like that. Feel free to give me your feedback on that, guys. I appreciate that though, Harry. Thank you. So anyway, getting back to the candlesticks, that confirmation again, guys, confirmation is big. you know, a lot of people will jump in here and, you know, they won't even wait for this. And then you get a big old red candle down here. And it's like, obviously that, you know, you get a downtrend and, you know, that's how people kind of get stuck in trade. So confirmation, guys. Oh, you know, always look for it. And that's basically it. Now I'm gonna go into the real world kind of stuff and just see if you guys are picking up on this stuff. Let me zoom in a little bit here. All right, do we know what this is? Does anybody want to call it out? What pattern in the blue circle? What is that? You got your downtrend. Can you guys see that okay?
Dragonfly.
Yep. It's a Dragonfly doji, yep. And then I wasn't able to find a good real world example, but who knows the opposite of that? So someone else want to call what the opposite? Remember I was saying there's the Dragonfly and then you have the opposite with that really deathly sounding name.
Gravestone.
Yep, gravestone, yep. Good job.
People are chatting too, so maybe check the chats. Few people said gravestone.
Oh yeah. See, I told you guys. Thank you guys. Let me just check, make sure. Yeah. Hold on. Alert with a warning that not all indicators are good. Like blah blah blah. Yeah, that's a decent idea. I kind of like the channel thing better though. Because I'm kind of proud of my alert record. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to alert something I'm not like comfortable with. Or, I don't know. It's kind of a thing for me. Pride. But SPY daily 12/21/21. Yeah, I'm looking for a gravestone actually. I was hunting for a gravestone. Whoever said that, Megan. Yeah. I you know, I was only looking for like 5 minutes, so you know, I'm not going to spend all day looking for, you know, something, but as long as you guys know, hey, this is a Dragonfly, the opposite is a gravestone, you know, it's pretty easy. And again, gravestone looks just like that. That's a gravestone. See how it looks kind of like a gravestone? You're sitting here, here's the cemetery. You're looking at a gravestone like from sideways. You know what I mean? So you have the floor, the grass here, the cemetery grass, and then you have your looking sideways, your gravestone. So that's how I remember it. And then Dragonfly obviously looks like a dragonfly. So okay. Number one, I kind of cover this up, but what is this red candle here? It's not like the best example, but it is an example. Does anybody know?
Dragonfly or hammer?
No. What's that? Yeah.
Hammer?
Yeah, it's a hammer. I think we went over that. Yeah, we went over that in the last one. So if you didn't catch my last video, you probably wouldn't know. But it is actually a hammer, yes. And as you can see, you're in your downtrend, right? And then you have your hammer. And then what else, guys? What else are we going to look for after this? I keep saying it. Confirmation
candle.
Confirmation. Look for confirmation, guys. Make sure you know this is you're not pissing in the wind because you know it's. I mean it happens all the time. You know, like you're like, okay, great, I got a hammer. Well, that's awesome. What's the next candle? It's a big old red here. You know what I mean? Well, it's kind of a hammer, but or here. What's your next candle? Red can. Okay, so you know that's not what you're looking for, but you're looking for here. Look, you have your closing higher. Your candle's closing higher. So that's your confirmation. So, and then look, we go into a nice little uptrend ski. So what's this? It's I have a 9 EMA and a 20 EMA. My 9 is the purple and my black is the 20. They're crossing. What is this? Does anybody know?
Bull cross.
Yep. It's a bull cross or a golden cross. Again, if you haven't seen any of my earlier videos, that covers it. There's only about, I don't know, maybe 8 of them or something. You know, like I said, guys, I'm really trying to give you like the you know, raw information that you need to be successful, at least doing what I'm doing. Obviously, you know, you can learn, you know, you could spend your whole life learning you know, different patterns and, you know, how stuff works in the market. And, you know, you could go crazy, but look at the success I'm having by just using the basic stuff. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm teaching you guys. I'm just teaching you the basic stuff. You know, there's no reason to get complicated. We can learn, we can add on more as we go if needed. But if we have this foundation right here, that's this solid, you know, then that's a hell of a start to work from. So yeah, number 2, that is a bull cross. Did we go over this? I don't know if we went over this one, but who wants to give a stab at this one? What is this? What are these 2 candles right here? Yep. Gee, you got it. Bearish engulfing. Yep. So yeah, bullish engulfing, which is pretty much the opposite. I like I said, I was trying to like get this together beforehand, and or like literally right before the meeting, I was like, oh, this would be a good idea. So I didn't get a bullish engulf. Let me see if I could find one real quick. Really? Yeah, but the bearish engulfing is like this is kind of, I mean, not really. Like you want to see like a bigger body here. And then the engulfing, think about it, engulfing, right? So what is it doing? It's engulfing the entire last candle from wick to wick. And that is a bearish engulfing because it is your bear candle that is your red candle here that is engulfing the this green one here. And it happens normally, obviously, at the top of an uptrend. Sometimes sideways-ish, but you know, generally, you know, you'll see this, and then down we go. What is this, guys? What is this right here? This little crossing. Yep. Good job, Megan. It's a bear cross or a death cross. And that's obviously a bearish, and see, it's a lagging indicator, guys. So like, yeah, the downtrend has already started. And then you get this, but and same thing over here. You can't see the candle, but let me see if there's a better one. I guess not. Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can really see this. Let's do this. So again, you have your 9, your 20, and really, so not everybody uses a 9 and a 20. You know, people use, you know, whatever. I don't use a 9 and a 20 all the time for my day trading, my swing trading. I do, but you know, you can use a 13 and a 50 and a 200 like I do on my long-term trading, which that we'll do subsequent videos with that. All the stuff we're covering now is the basics, and I'm using my short-term, my day trading setup to do this. As far as the long-term trading goes, it's just different time frames really that you're looking at, because you don't really give a shit what happens, you know, in a period of minutes with long-term trading, right? Not really. Maybe if you're like entry or exit, but like not, you know, not if you're entering a trade for a long-term trade, you know. So so I use a 9 and a 20 here, and you have your bear cross or your death cross here, and you get your cross, right? And then you have your confirmation candle here. That's obviously closing way lower. You can see this is a clear downtrend here. So, all right, what is this, guys? What is number 4? Kind of looks like one of the other ones. No, it kind of looks like number 1, right? But like maybe the opposite. Yep, inverted hammer. Yep. And some of these have different names for the same thing. You'll like recognize that too. So don't get too caught up on the names. Obviously, you need to like be able to identify it for yourself. But and obviously if you're teaching other people, but don't get too caught up on the names. Get caught up on the patterns. You know, we're in a clear uptrend, right? Okay, and then so it's an inverted hammer here. What is this? What is this doing? What is this saying? Like, okay, so you have your tug of war, right? Who's winning? The bears. Bears reversal is coming. Yep, exactly. So you know, if this was yeah, I don't want to confuse you guys too much. So yeah, it's an inverted hammer. You know, you can see the bears during this time, whatever time period each candle was. So for each chart, just to kind of review, this is going back to the last one, but each candle depends on the chart. So when I say, oh, I'm looking at the daily chart, each candle is 1 day. You know, if I say, oh, I'm looking at the 1 minute chart, each candle is 1 minute long. So again, it all depends on time periods. And so, yep, reversal's coming. Yes, ma'am. So what do I got here? Oh, okay. What? And then number 5, I guess I just like printed it out. We all know what this is by this point, right? Everybody knows what this is now, right? Very important. Yep, bear death cross. Yep. And the opposite is what? A golden and a bull cross. And that's really it, guys. I said a half hour. We're about right on the dot. Try to keep these like manageable, you know. But this is all really, you know, good information that you guys need to know, like basic charting stuff. So does anybody have any questions? You guys can unmute yourselves now if you want. Does anybody have any questions before we wrap it up? You type them up in the chat or ask it. Pretty straightforward, right, guys? It's really not that hard. get in the charts and watch them, you know, see what they're doing, draw your support and resistance lines, even if you're not going to pay for the trading view. You know, obviously I'm recommending Webull. Webull has decent charts for free. Trading View has a free version that is it's decent. You know, you can get in and like start messing with stuff. You'll find it a pain in the ass because with the ads and you can only use like 3 indicators or something. So it gets to be a little pain in the butt. But anybody, any questions before we wrap it up? If not, that's all I got, guys. We good? Cool. I appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out. We'll do it again next week. And
Thank you very much.
no problem. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. If any of my team is still here, you guys want to hang back for a minute and ask any questions, feel free. Everybody else, have a good night.
All right, you there?
Yeah, hang on.
All right.
Who is this? Who is Moto G Stylus? Who is Michael? Oh, they're gone. Okay. That's not Josh, right? I know he has Josh or Michael. That's not, I don't think that's him. Mike Cross. Oh, what's up, Mike? All right. Appreciate, hey, thanks for joining, dude. We're gonna do a little team action here. So, and then there's Peter joining. We'll catch you next week, brother. Peter, thanks for joining. But you missed it. I'll have everything up here. Let me stop sharing my screen. I'll have this video up here later tonight. So I appreciate you joining, but you're about 36 minutes late. You can catch the next one too. So appreciate you joining. No, you're good, man. We'll get you on the next one.
Thank you.
All right, Austin and Janelle, what's up? You guys can unmute yourselves.
All right. So just as a, and maybe there's something that it's something that I'm sure you've noticed, kind of like with your alerts, the ones that you actually alert, they do, like you said, you're at a 93% success rate, which is awesome, and touche to you. But just something that I noticed is once we get to that point to where you're like, okay, all this has happened, what I'm starting to notice, because I've been picking up on a lot of, patterns and things like that, especially over the past month or so, is right at that alert point.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hang on one second.